Amy Pittman with Pittman Law Office. Happy New Year. We wanted to talk about 5 reasons why you may want to update your estate plan in 2025. So if you're already a current client of ours, this is a great time to review to make sure all of your plan is in place and current to your situation. But I would say the 5 reasons that I would look at my plan, maybe sit down and talk to an estate planning attorney. If you're local, obviously we would love to meet you here at Pittman Law Office. But you want to look at, have the laws changed since you did your plan? And obviously that's going to depend on how long ago you've done your plan. So if you did your plan, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's probably a good time to revisit it because we've had certain laws change, especially regarding the estate tax. So the federal estate tax exemption changes every couple of years. And so you want to make sure that you still have your plan current to that law and not from something that was 20 years ago that probably needs to be updated. The other thing is family dynamics, and wow, that makes a bunch of changes to your estate plan. If we like a kid, if we don't trust that kid anymore, we don't like the in-law that they married, you really want to look at who you've named as your administrators. So who did you name as your power of attorney? Who's your healthcare surrogate? Who's your trustee or your executor? So looking at that will determine maybe you might want to make a change based on those family dynamics. You want to make sure that your plan is current to your situation. And family dynamics is the biggest reasons why we have people change their estate plan. So this is a great time of year to sit down, look through all of your documents, your power of attorney. In Florida, that's the financial, your healthcare documents, the healthcare surrogate, the living will, looking at your executor, what we call a personal representative, and your will or your trust, looking at your trustee, and then looking at your beneficiaries. Not only the beneficiaries that you've named in your will or your trust, but also the beneficiaries that you've named on your retirement accounts or those accounts that you've designated direct beneficiaries. So great time to look at that because family dynamics do have a major impact on estate planning. Another reason would be you moved to Florida. Obviously, that's a big change. Whether you moved from another state to Florida or you moved from Florida to a different state, you always want to make sure that you have your estate plan updated to that state law. Every state's going to be different. And then also if you have a financial change, maybe you're receiving an inheritance or you've already received it and you're not sure if you should commingle those assets. So anytime you have something that changed with your finances, you want to make sure that your plan is in line with that, especially if you're designated beneficiaries, and you're wanting to make sure it stays consistent with your will or your trust beneficiaries, or maybe you're trying to do something completely different. So finances or financial change is a reason to review your estate plan. So much of an estate plan is connected to beneficiary designations that you do outside of your will or your trust. So if you have an IRA or a 401k, your will and trust is not usually saying what happens to those assets. You usually dictate that through beneficiary designation forms through those companies. And obviously, like we were talking about earlier, it's just outdated. Maybe you did your plan when your children were minors and now they're adults. So you definitely want to make sure that you're sitting down and looking at that plan to see what you need to update. Obviously, we would love to meet you here at Pittman Law Office. There's 3 attorneys here, myself, Audra, and Sydney. We'd have a complimentary consultation. So just call our office at 352-399-6944 to schedule a consultation if you live in the Villages area or the surrounding areas. Have a great one. Happy New Year.